And because I have the leftovers of a vacation cold, I'm going to speak as little as possible. But I am going to introduce Drew Blankenbaker, who is the new Executive Director of the Clearwater Resource Conservation and Development Council, of which the city is a member. And we always wonder, what the heck do they do? So this is his chance to shine. Drew?
Thank you, Sue. Good evening, Mayor, council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak during tonight's Renewing Our Focus. My name is Drew Blankenbaker, and I'm the Executive Director for the Clearwater Resource Conservation and Development Council. As many of you recognize us as the RC&D Council. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization that supports natural resource and community development projects over a 5-county area. This includes Latah, Lewis, Nez Perce, Clearwater, and Idaho County. We were originally formed as an agency supported and staffed by the NRCS up until about 2 years ago, when federal funding for all 370 RC&D councils across the country, their funding was cut. So many RC&D councils decided to close shop, but a few, including our council, has found a new way of serving our region, and we couldn't have done it without the support, continued support of our members, including the City of Moscow, and your services liaisons to the council, which I believe maybe 3 of currently sitting here, as well as the city's annual contribution. So technically what we do is something called fiscal sponsorship, which is when a nonprofit organization such as ours lends its tax-exempt status to other projects, groups, or individuals who have a project that meets our own charitable mission. This sponsorship allows these projects to qualify for grants, accept donations, and operate while the council provides financial management services such as the disbursement of funds or grant administration and reporting. But the beauty of the arrangement is that these sponsored projects can simply focus on their mission and find, creative ways to address our community's needs, and while we take care of the back office support and provide a secure and reliable mechanism for granting agencies and donors. It's a really cost-effective way to implement new programs, bring together groups to collaborate on an issue or test new approaches without having to establish a new separate nonprofit organization. We provide the legal, financial, and administrative structures so that emerging groups, projects in transition, or even established projects can ensure that limited resources are being leveraged and producing the greatest impact. While I like to describe our mission and vision as sufficiently vague, it's provided the flexibility this organization is needed to continue to find new ways to serve this region, and it's been interesting to see the council emerge from its bureaucratic beginnings and evolve into an organization that's scalable, one that's able to provide timely and targeted resources, and one that provides significant value for our communities. The council itself also provides a great measure of accountability by being made up of voluntary members representing each of the 5 counties, representatives from our region's cities, soil and water conservation districts, the Nez Perce Tribe, and other nonprofit entities. The council, to give you an idea of the types of projects that we provide fiscal sponsorship for, many of you are probably familiar with the Clearwater Basin Collaborative, or CBC, which it's basically a cooperative advisory making body that's working on resolving land management conflicts in the Clearwater Basin. This effort is bringing a tremendous amount of resources to the region. And as with any collaborative, it's sometimes controversial, as you may have read about in local papers. But I once heard collaborative efforts such as these often compared to cottage cheese. They occasionally smell bad and separate easily. But the CBC has now entered its 5th year and recently reached a very important milestone with an agreement for plan of implementation. Its success as a collaborative and its ability to benefit from our services is providing a great model. We also provide fiscal sponsorship for the region's cooperative weed management areas, including the Palouse, Clearwater Basin, Tri-State, and Frank Church regions. We provide sponsorship to a variety of BLM-funded projects, including Idaho Firewise, the North Central Idaho Fire Prevention Cooperative, and other fire mitigation and education programs. We also sponsor the Inland Northwest Food Hub, 2 Degrees Northwest, which is actually a Moscow-based project, and we're wrapping up our work on the Deo Reservoir, a partnered project with Idaho Department of Fish and Game. So that's a very brief look at the Clearwater RC&D Council. The council meets the 4th Thursday of the month in Lewiston, and the meetings are open to the public, so please feel free to join Sue and I and the rest of the RC&D Council to see what we're up to. If you have an idea for a project or know someone who does, or know a project that may be a good fit for fiscal sponsorship by the council, don't hesitate to contact myself, the email you see on the screen, or find us on the web. Our office is located here in Moscow, and I'm always available to discuss the work of the council. So with that, thanks again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Drew. Appreciate your presentation.
Took me about 3 meetings to figure that all out, so you just laid that out very clearly. Thank you so much. And now please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.